Hello guys. In the previous lesson we have talked about some variable structure in Python programming language, but in this lesson, in summary, we are given to some main topics how we can use the what to Python programming language efficiently. Okay, and so in order to run our codes, we create some file in here with the subscription of the .py and y index. Okay, we create a new terminal on the VS Code structure in here, like this one. A is equal to the 5, and so if we are run this code, and then the terminal gives nothing because we need to choose the interpreter of our language. Okay, and so the print can be given like this one, and so if we have this term, and then we have the 5 in here. Okay, and so in order to give the comment line in here like this one, we need to use the 3 comma in here like this one. Okay, and so what we are doing now is the what to some purpose are accomplished in this lesson. Firstly, we need to give the simple Python statements on this section and scripts which needed to be debated to understand the underlying mechanism of the Python programming language. And so we need to create some variables or structures in here to store any data in our memory. And so we need to look at the built-in function in this lesson. Okay, and so if we have this structure in here like this one, firstly we need to give the first example session. In order to use another command line, we need to use the sharp operator in Python programming language. Okay, and so example 1 can be given like this one, 45 plus 22, and we can use the show the result of this variable in here like this one. We can collect the whole terms which is given in the in the literal form in here, 22 and 25, and constant and literal, which is given in the standard definition of the Python programming language. And so if you have this termination in here like this one, we can assign the a with the with 2 variable summation. Okay, and so if I run this code, and then we have the 67 in here. Okay, and as you can see, we can assign any variable in here like this one, x equal to the a, and so we can also print the x value in here. Okay, and so if I run this code, and then the 62 are seen in the in both 2 variables. Okay, and so if we have 2 variables in here like this one, we can assign these 2 variables in the form of the operation of like this one. Okay, and so a times 2 or the x can be assigned to the c value in here like this one. Okay, and so we can print the c value in here as the 4000 blah blah blah. Okay, and so if we have these variables in here, how we can know the type of this variable, which is defined in the standard definition of the Python programming language? We have a keyword in here like this one, the type. This is a built-in function because is also a class variable in here like this one, and so this function tells us to basic type of your variable in here. Okay, and so if I run this code, there is anything on the terminal screen because we need to print all these things in here like this one. And so the C is assigned to the what, the integer class. As you remember, all the variables in the Python programming language are defined as a class variable, or the every variable or every constant or every parameters which is given in the Python programming language is related to what, the some classes, which is derived to the what, the object notation or the object class, because it's coming from the what, the object oriented programming language structure. And so if we are creating any variable in Python programming language like this one, this has also a what, the function or method or the properties or some another variable which is included in the what, in the created variable. Okay. And so if we have these operations in here like this one, we can move the arithmetic operators. Example 2. What is the arithmetic operators in Python programming language? Arithmetic means the plus, minus, divide, or times operation, which is given in the what, the mathematical language or the mathematical process. And so we can sum or collect the both two terms, which is defined as a variable, can be summed to the what, to by using these arithmetic operators. And so this is directed directed to the what, to the operations or the method of your class structure. Okay, and so Python has many features in the arithmetic operations in here like this one. For example, we can create the var in here like this one, the 5 times 7, and this is var 1, and var 2 can be derived to the what, the 50 minus var 1, and then we can obtain the third variable in here like this one, var 2 times or the what, the exponentiation process of this notation in here, for example 2. And so we can create the some other variable in here like this one, var 3 divided by to the what, the 4. Okay, and so if I have this notation in here, results can be given to the what, var 4, and so this should be given in the what, in the command line like this one. And so if I run this code, and var 4 is equal to the what, 56.25. okay, and so this is the addition operator in here like this one. This is the subtraction, this is the exponentiation, and this is the division operator of your Python programming language. Okay, and so if we have this kind of information in here like this one, and then we can derive the some other example in here. For example, a is equal to the what, 5 divided by 10, and so we can print the values of a like this one. And so if I run this code, and so a is equal to the what, the 0.5. okay, but if I use this notation in here like this one, and so if I run this code, the a is equal to the what, to 0. okay, and then what it tell us? In this operation, 5 is defined in the integer value and 10 is defined in the integer value, and so the two integer value can be divided to each other. And so if the first one is smaller than the second one, and so we need to obtain a zero value in here. But the Python can translate this information with the right hand value, and so it converts the type of this variable to the what, to the floor value. Or we can say that if we have two variables in here like this one, this 5 and 10 can be converted to the what, another type of your variable, which is what, which is the float value. Okay, but we may have another solution or function in here like this one, b is equal to the what, the b, and so if I print all the values in here, and voila, b is the what, zero value. Okay, what's the difference between two operators, one division operator or the two division operator? This operator gives us to what, to float value. But if we have this operator, in this case, this gives us a integer value. Okay, this is the difference between the what, between these two things. Okay, and so what about the runtime errors in here? For example, we have the 1 divided by 0, and so if I print the C value in here like this one, and so if I run this code, and then the traceback calls me to the what, or tells me to the what, the zero division error, division by 0. This is a try and catch mechanism which is given in the C or C++ programming language, but in the Python programming language, Python automatically arrange all the codes by using this notation, or the runtime processor, or the any errors can be catched by the what, the interpreter. Okay, and so this variable cannot generate the any values in here like this one. Okay, and so this is the what, this is the runtime error in here, because the syntax are true for this notation. But we need to give the command line in here, because if we have this information and then we cannot interpret all the codes because of this runtime error. Okay, and so we have also a reminder operator in here. For example, we have the C value in here again, and so 11%5 can be given at this moment, and so the C value is equal to the what, is equal to the 1, or we can use the 4 in here like this one, and 3, or 3.4.3 can be given in here, and so the C is equal to the what, 3.4 value. And so your variable, which is in the form of the what, the integer or the float value, it doesn't matter for the what, for these reminder operators. Okay, and also we need to give the some other example in here related to the what, the parentheses group. For example, 5 times 2 minus 3, and so we can print the D value in here like this one, the D can be given, and so D is equal to the what, the minus 5. Okay, but if we had this notation in here, an exponentiation process can be accomplished by using this term, and so if I run again, and so this is equal to the what, 0.2 because this gives us the minus 1, and so this is equal to the what right now, minus 1. Okay, or we can derive these terms in here, or we can derive these terms in here like this one, and so the completion process can be accomplished by the what? By the operators. Okay, you need to remember that every function or every process in the Python programming language are operators or the operator function. Okay, in C++ programming language this is called the operator overloading, because if we have this termination in here like this one 11 dot, we cannot reach any variables, because 11 does not represent in the what? In the form of class notations, because it's constant. Okay, but if we use the d value in here like this one, and so we can reach every variables or every properties or the method or the function by using the dot operators in here, and so it can be derived with the add notation in here like this one, for example C. Okay, and so, or we can use this termination x1 y2 can be created in here, and z and y and x can be given at this moment. Okay, and so the z value is equals to to the 3 value, but this is identical with the z is equals to the y plus x. If we are using the variables in Python and so we can call this function or this nomination, because these are the identicals to each other. Every function or every operators in Python programming language are calling to the operator overloading function, which is definite in the C++ programming language, but you cannot use in in Python programming language. Python automatically gives this feature to manipulate the variables in your program. Okay, and so this must be equal to these things, and so we can also give the parentheses in here like this one, and so the assignment may be in here, but z must be created at this moment, and so z can be equalized to object of this variable. And so if you are using the dot operator in here, and then we can reach every parameters in here like this one. Okay, and so the equalization formula does not represent in here like this one, but the add or another function can be used at this moment. Okay, because the assignment operator is also related to the class type of our language. Okay, and so every operands can be overloaded in the Python programming language, and then we can use this feature in in writing your own class structure. Okay, and so we need to also give some comment line in here like this one. Okay, and so we need to forward to the third example. Firstly, what's the print function? Print function is a built-in function which is defined in the Python standard library. Print is like the printf or the cout variable in C or C++ programming language, and so if we are using the print, or if we can use the print and then and then the every variables or the data stored or defined in your programs can be sent to the the output section or the terminal section. Okay, and so this is directly related to what the input output function body to the to the input output port. And so the output ports in here, this is the terminal page or the output session or the our screen. And so if we are using the print function, and then we can print or send any data to the another device. Okay, and so if we are using these terms, and then we can standardize to the to our program to show the somethings. Okay, and so how can we use the print function? Firstly, hello guys. Okay, this is the first example in here, like this one. Or we can use this nomination in here, hello guys. Okay, these two are the syntaxically correct, and so if we can use this nomination in here, and then we can build our function body in here, because the print can be given to the many arguments in here, like this one. And so in order to search the print function body, we can push the control and left click on your body in here, and so the print can be seen like this one. This overloads gives us to the sum definition in here, like this one. Okay, and so if we are using these terms in here, like this one, and so we can search every information in your Python programming language, and so which is given in the std-lib library or standard library. Okay, and so we can use some keywords or some specific notation in here, like this one, hello new line character guys in here. Okay, and so if I run this code, the hello which is given in the first statement and the guys which is given in the second statements in here. Okay, or we can convert another operators in here, top, and so we can give some top escape in here. Okay, or we can use the two division operation in here, and then we can give the sum backlash in here. Okay, or we can give the sum notation in here, like this one, hello guys, this is Python programming language. Okay, and so you can split your statement in here, but this is used to program to split both this sentence into the two parts. Okay, and so we can print another values in here, collection or summation. Sum can be given with 11 plus 5, for example, and so we can add the two terms in here, like this one. Okay, and so we need to follow the string variables or the string notation in here. I will explain the detailed information about the string and another variable types in Python programming language, but in this lesson we need to give some summary section in order to use your Python programming language without knowledge. Okay, and so if we have this information in here, and then we can move to the what, to the another example. Okay, example 4. And so we need to look at the string function body. For example, if we have the print value in here like this one, we can use the 2 comma in here or 1 comma. Okay, and so if I have the 1 comma, hi guys can be written on this page, and so hi guys is written on the terminal page. Okay, but if we are using these terms in here like this one, hi guys is also written on the terminal page. What's the difference? Firstly, we need to give the hi guys, and then we can give the another comma like this one. The Python can be written on this page, and so if I run this code, and then the interpreter warns us to the invalid syntax. Perhaps you forgot a comma, can be seen on the terminal page. And so if I change the 1 comma in here like this one, and so if I run this code, and voila, hi guys, Python can be seen on the terminal page, and there is no syntax error in here. This is the difference between the usage of the 1 comma or 2 comma in your programs. In the otherwise, if we have the 1 comma in here like this one, and so if I run this code, and then voila, invalid syntax error can be given at this time. But if we have this notation in here, and so the Python can be seen on this page. And so 1 comma and 2 comma cannot be used at one statement in here like this one. And so if I use this notation, the both things can include the another things, okay, not the same one. You should remember that. Or we can give the 1 comma in here, hi guys, and then we can give the backslash in here, the Python backslash comma. Okay, and so if I run this code, and then voila, 1 comma and 1 comma can be used in Python programming language. But when if we can use this structure with the backslash operation, and so this is the 1 character like the tab or the new line character. Okay, and so if you are using another termination in here like this one, if you are using the 3 comma like this one, the hello Python can be written on this page. And so the triple quote string may contain the both single and double quotes like the Mehmet, or we can use the 2 comma in here like this one, İşcan. And so if I run this code, and then we can use these notations. Okay, or if we drive to another example session in here like this one, what if we use the 4 2 commas or quotes, and then this is the syntax error. Okay, we have limits to drive these comma operations. Okay, and so this is the simple explanation of the string usage on the what on the Python programming language. Okay, and so we need to move to the what to the another example session. Firstly, we need to give the sum another built-in function body. In the example 5, okay? Example 5, we need to give the another example. Okay. The triple quotes does not cover up with these notations, and so I can delete these things in order to what? In order to get the comment line on these notations. Okay, and so how can we obtain the sum variable value from the user? In order to do that, in the Python programming language we have the another built-in function which is named with what? The input. Okay, input is used to what? To obtain the user inputs or the data or the variables. Okay, and so if I have an input function in our codes, and then the user can give us to the what? To the some specific variables or constants in order to what? In order to evaluate your program in runtime operations. Okay, for example, the name can be assigned to the what? To the input value. Okay, and so we can give the some specific keywords in here, like this one. What's your name? And then we can print the name variable in here. For example, what's your name? And so my name is Mehmet, and then Mehmet can be used in the what? In the Python programming language. Okay, this is how we can use the input function or built-in function in Python programming language. Okay, and so we can collect the two terms in here, like this one, var1 input, enter the first number. For example, we can assign to the what? The var1, and var2 input to the what? Enter the second number. And so print the sum of two variable is equal to the what? var1 plus var2. Okay, and so we need to give the some comment line in here, like this one. And so if I run this code, the for 5.1 and the var1 and var2 3 var all. This is a reduction of the what? The R program, because we have this notation in here, and so var2 is in the what? Is in the form of the str or the what? The string variable. And so how can I give the integer value of this number? If we have this information in here, and so the input value returns to the what? The string standard from output. Okay, and so this generates to the what? To the string notation. And so we can convert the what? The integer value in here, like this one, with by using the sum parentheses operator in here. And then if I have this notation, and so var1 is equal or is in the type of the what? The integer value and integer value. And so if I run this code, and then for and 5, and the summation is equal to the what? To the 9 value in here. Okay? And so what happens if we are giving to the what? The float value in here. For example, 4.1, and so the first number cannot be equalized to the what? The integer points. Okay? And so this is the what? The syntax error of our program, because this value is not equal to the what? The integer value. Okay? But if I remove this term, or we can give the what? This is the correct way of the what? The creating the new example of session in here. If I remove these terms in here, and then the var1 is equal to the what? To integer var1, var2 is assigned to the what? Integer var2. What happens now? If I run this code, and then 4.1, 5.7, and so we cannot convert the var1 value is in here to the integer value. What did it tell us? It tells us that the what we cannot convert to the what? String value into the what? Into the integer value. Okay? But we may have the some number in here, and then we can what? We can convert these things into the what? Into the correct form. What happens if I give the float value in here, like this one? And so if I run this code 4.1, 5.1, and so summation is equal to the what? 9.2. But what happens? The first term is converted to float, in second term is the integer. And if I run again the 4, 1, 5, 1, and so var2 is also given to the what? To the error of this notation. And so you need to be more careful to what? To what's coming value on this input section. Okay? There's a way to do what? To collect the whole information or the whole data type into one class, but it's an advanced topic right now. Okay? And so if I have this information in here, and then we can give to the another example session in this time, which is related to the what? To comparison operators or Boolean operators in Python programming language. Okay? Firstly, what is the algebraic operators in Python programming language? In the algebra, we may use the greater, smaller, greater and equal, or the smaller than equal, or equal operators, or not equal operators may be given in the what? In the algebra, in order to what? In order to generate the Boolean comparison, which means that either your results is true or not equal. Okay? And so how can we use this information? Firstly, we need to create some another variables in here, like this one, 1, and var2 is equal to the 2. And so the result value can be assigned to the what? The var1 and var2. What's the output of this result value? If I run this code and then there is some specific false value is given in the what? In the terminal page. And so var1 is literal, var2 is literal in here, like this one, but the result which is given in the what in the Boolean form of our expression. Okay, but if I change the var1 value is equal to 3, and so this is coming from the what, the true value, or generating the true value. And so if we had to decide to what the sum process by using the algebraic operators, and then these results can be obtained from the what by using these terms: greater, smaller, greater than equal, and equivalent, and blah blah blah. Okay, and so if we have this notation in here, and then we can proceed with the what, with the some complex example in here, like this one. Firstly, we get the two numbers in here with the integer conversion, like this one. The input, the first number can be assigned like this one, and num2 can be equalized to the what, the integer value. The input is the what, the second number. Okay, and then what if I have these decisive operators in here, like this one? We can print to the what, the results of our algorithms: num1 greater than num2. Okay, and so if I run this code, the 5 and 1 can be given at this syntax, and so the results is equal to the what, the true value, because this gives us a Boolean operation, 1 or 0. Okay, and so if I had this information in here, and then we can condition the every operation by using these nominations. Okay, for example, if num1 greater than num2, and then we need to add the sum double dot in here, like this one, and so we can print to the what, the num1 is greater than num2. We can assign these terms, and so if I push the 5 and 2, and then 5 is greater than 2 can be seen on the terminal page. Okay, I can give this some more session, like this one, smaller or equal. And so we can condition both these two numbers in here, like this one. 3 and 3 can be given at this moment, and so the correct if is run on the what, on the runtime process. Okay, and so if I have this nomination in here, and then we can give the some complete examples with the what, with the num3. For example, num3 1 greater than 2 and greater than 3. If we have this nomination in here, and so if I run this code, and then the 3 and 3 can be given, and so there is no syntax error at this moment. But we can comment all this line, and so num1 can be assigned these terms. Okay, and so print results, or the num value is equal to the what, the num. And so what is the difference, or what is the output of this value in here? The num is what is equals to the false value. Okay, and we can derive the another example in here, like this one, and so we can derive the another print value in here, like this one, but in this case we can assign these terms in here. And so if I run this code, the num1 is equal to the false and num2 is equal to the true value. What does it mean? In the decisive operators or the decision operators, every interpreter can behave like this one. Firstly, the first operand is proceed with what with the interpreters, and so this generates the true value. And secondly, we have this notation like this one, and so this results is compared with what the right hand side value of these nominations. Okay, if this is the case, and so if I have this nomination in here like this one, this is also be run on our code, but the same result is given. Okay, if I have this nomination in here like this one, and so we can create another example in here, num3 in here like this one, the 1 greater than 2 and greater 5 and greater 7 can be assigned at this moment. And so if I run this code, and so there is no syntax error at this moment, but the result of this num3 value is always going to what the false value, because these terms gives us the false, and the false is always creates the false value in here, even if these terms are equal to the right value of these nominations. Okay, but if I change this value in here like this one, and so the num3 is equals to the what is equals to the true value. Okay, and so what's left for the what for the another language in here like this one? We need to move the what another terms in here like this one. There's some function body in our application. For example, there are many built-in function which is given in the Python programming language. For example, we can create some another example session in here like this one, example the 7 in here. Okay, and so we have the maximum and minimum function body. For example, the num1 is equal to what the integer input, what the first, and so I can copy of all these things in here like this one. Second can be given in here. Okay, num2, and so if num1 is greater than num2, and then print num1 is greater than num2 can be given at this stage. Okay, first is equals to the what the 5, second 4, and 5 is greater than 4. Okay, but in another examples we may use the min function body in here like this one. Firstly, if we have the another function which is given in the what in the standard library, and so the min can be defined in the what the stdlib function body in here, and so it takes the many arguments in order to what in order to compare your numbers num1 and num2. And so what if we use this term in the print knowledge? Okay, and so if I run this code, the 5 and 4 is given at this moment, and so the minimum value of the min is written on the what on this page. Okay, and so this min gives us the what the correct number of body or the correct notation of our standard output. Okay, or the maximum value can also be used in here. Okay, the first is the 5 and 3, and so the greater number is the 5 and the smaller number is 3. Or we can use this body like this one. 66, 4 and 12. Okay, and the maximum number can also be given at this moment. And so if I run again this code, and 5 and 3 can be given in here, and so the smallest number is equals to 3, but the greater number is the 66. Or if I change this code like this one, minus 12. And so if I run this code again, and 5 and 3 can be given at this moment, and so this min and max value can be run on this page. Okay, and so if I have this information in here like this one, we can derive the many more example session related to what the Python programming language, but this is a basic syntax of the using the arithmetic operators, decision comparison, or the usage of the some built-in function body. And so in order to understand, or in order to improve your Python programming language, and so you should seek some another internet example sessions in order to relate to the data science or the mechatronic engineer or the something like that. Okay, and so in this lesson we have done to our study, and so I hope you learn everything about what I'm talking or what I have talked in this lesson. Okay, have a good day.